Hello again, and welcome back, everybody, to another edition of the Rural Report. I am your Rural 2IC. First, I'm going to apologize for not putting out a video yesterday. Just had different things going on, trying to take care of still a sick little one, although he seems to be on the mend, but now has passed it to me. And not only has passed it to me, but has passed it to me on my birthday. So, yes, it is my birthday. And really, it's one of those ones, I don't want anything. The best thing that I can get for my birthday is to hit the subscription button and just support the channel. That's really all that I can possibly ask for. So if you already subscribed, share it with somebody. Let's see what we can do with that. But enough about that. I'm just going to run through a couple of real quick things because I am probably headed right back for a nap. So there's a ton going on. I keep trying to write down notes and trying to put things in order. Some of the things that I have seen just kind of coming out as of me doing this right before I hit record is that there is a incident on the Egyptian border where supposedly, allegedly, a Israeli tank mistakenly fired upon a Egyptian military um, oh no, what do you want to call it? A settlement or not really a facility, um, but apparently has injured two Egyptian military personnel. It's kind of like a breaking news sort of thing, so we'll see how that comes about it. There was a incident on the South China Sea that two Chinese vessels hit a Filipino, I believe, vessel. Uh, that is going to kind of spark things up. The Chinese ships seem to be getting a lot more into the news. I did see some video again, allegedly, can't prove it quite yet. There's a lot that there is a lot of Chinese military on trains moving to the coast headed towards Taiwan. That could be something. It could also be that they do have a large military presence already on that side anyway. What else? I was watching the airplanes, which, if you don't watch the movements, so you have the maps of the marine time or the maritime, and you have the aviation aspect. There's people out there that cover this. Monkey Works does a really good job on covering the air aspect, but you can go look for yourself. Now, granted, yes, these are trackers on vessels that if they don't want to be seen, you're not going to see them. If you are seeing them, it's not by a mistake. They want to be seen. So, whenever you do see something, it's one of those ones to where they don't mind being seen, or sometimes depending on what it is, they have to be seen, but they'll go back in and they'll scrub the data once the flight's taken place. But you can go in and track different military. So whether that's plane or boat, you can go in and just type in marine time map or aviation map or whatnot, and you can track this stuff in real time and see not only commercial traffic but military traffic as well. And it's very telling to see where different assets go and to watch. You can go in. I believe when I saw there was a thing by our defense department that they're pulling a little bit more west away from the coastline there in the Mediterranean. They're taking our aircraft carrier and moving it back a little bit away, which is kind of a head scratcher on why they're doing that. I don't know if that is we went in there as a show of force or to draw attention away so we can do some different hostage rescue missions. We had special forces in there. There was the White House put out a picture, took it down, got backlash about having it on there, and then for whatever reason put it right back up. I don't know what that all about, but if you pay attention enough, not to just mainstream, where you pay attention enough, you will see all the things that they are not telling you. And it's that whole point of, you're not going to get everything. They're going to do things. Now, granted, a good amount of it, we probably shouldn't know. That's for these special ops guys to go in covertly, get American citizens and get other hostages and get them out. If we are just going in and broadcasting like, hey, our spec ops boys are going to land at 0900 at this exact coordinate, it kind of defeats the purpose. So there are things that you have to wait until after the fact, and then they will go through and tell you. I fully agree with that. But there's other things, why is a lot of things still classified? Why are things such a secret that doesn't necessarily need to be a secret? I've been a very big advocate of that. But going back, there's a lot of movement all over the place. There's a lot of pointing fingers. Again, you have to be very careful with all this misinformation, disinformation, all that stuff. You have a fog of war, and you have a propaganda campaign on both sides. History is always going to be told by the winner, and it'll be passed down, and it's not usually through the means of people going into asking, others, that they start piecing together usually what really happened. And so right now, everybody's just throwing things out and seeing what sticks and what'll take off. You'll see it a ton of a video or a picture or a statement will get thrown out, and it'll either be true, false, somewhere in between, completely made up, half truth. There's a lot into it. So you have to go through on every side that you can, and not just look at something from one angle or from one source. So if you are following this stuff, if you really, want to have at least some grasp of what's going on, which I implore you to do, part of prepping is your circles. And so you need to have your immediate, which is your house and your yard and all that. Then you go out a little bit further, which is your city block, or a little bit bigger of an area. Then you go out to actually your town or village or wherever you're at. Then you go into your state or territory, and you keep branching out, because at some point in time, what happens way out here suddenly spills over to here, and it's coming towards you. So if you don't have a good bead on what's actually going on, you won't know that things are escalating and getting close to you if you only are looking at a small circle. So I implore you to, at the very minimum, at least try and keep an idea of what's going on, so that way you at least have a little bit of a heads up. It's an intel gathering thing. So I will do my best throughout napping on and off to try and keep an eye on headlines. If something happens, I will go through and try and throw out another video. I was actually planning on trying to go live tonight until I woke up like this. I know I probably sound real amazing right now. I am working on a couple of things. Just as a side note before I end this, I had a follower go through and ask me about patches, and I never really thought about it. So I actually reached out to a company, and they are sending me a handful, 4 or 5 patches. As long as they turn out good, which I'm sure they are. From the picture I saw, they look really good. That person that gave me the idea, they will get a free patch. I will probably keep 1 or 2 for myself for my gear, and then I'll probably throw one into the Christmas giveaway that I'm going to do, which, when I was doing the tracking, the last little bit of stuff is, or the last main thing is supposed to come between Monday and Wednesday. So as soon as I get that and get everything put together, I will do an announcement. I'd still like to know your guys' idea. So if you stuck with me to this point, okay, I'm still trying to figure out on the best way to do a giveaway on that. So if you have any ideas, leave them down in the comments below. More information to come, guys, because everything just keeps changing on a minute by minute basis. So with that, guys, remember to remain united because we're all prepping in this together.